For 88 years now, the Tasmanian tiger has slipped away from the eyes of man. Since the death of the last tiger kept in captivity in 1936, multiple expeditions have been made to either photograph, capture, or find solid evidence of the tiger's existence. On the 1st of April 1937, Sergeant Summers, Trooper Higgs, and Roy Marthick, an experienced bushman, spent 6 weeks extensively searching the Arthur Pymon region of the northwest. November 1937, the same year, the Big Quiet Man, as he's known, Arthur Fleming, searched around the hills of the Raglan Range, Frenchman's Cap and Mount McCall, finding fresh footprints of 4 tigers and following a large and small tiger around the foothills of the Frenchman's Cap. In November of 1938, a 10-day expedition was conducted into the Jane River area. This search party consisted of Fleming, Boyd, Royal and Charland. On the 14th of November, while descending into the Thurkle Creek Valley, footprints were found and plaster casts were made. And once arriving on the Jane River, more prints were found, and once again more casts were made. A 4th expedition and the final search in the early days, and probably the most extensive, was by a naturalist David Flea, who brought his family from Victoria for 12 months in a hope to trap a tiger using multiple snares and cages designed to catch the tiger without harm. Flea describes the discomforts of such a trip. We lived in a heavy rainfall belt, usually 8 days wet out of 10, amongst snow and frost. We struggled with horizontal scrub and clinging barra, or walk through dark and silent forests of dripping myrtle, sassafras, leatherwood and pine. Floundering journeys with heavy packs and equipment across boggy buttongrass plains and strenuous climbing over high ranges were everyday events. Since David Flea's expedition in 1946, multiple groups of people from all around the globe have continued to extend the search throughout Tasmania and also other parts of the world. I'm proud to say that I've been one of these, not only in a hope to find possible evidence of its existence, but also to educate and make aware the need to look after the animals and creatures that we still have left. I can't say with any certainty that the thylacine still exists. Even after all the years of spending time in these remote regions, I haven't seen any solid evidence. However, one thing I do know is that each time spent looking deepens my passion for these wild places and the outdoors. And each of these expeditions is an amazing adventure spent with good people. This year an opportunity came about once again to set out into Tasmania's wilderness to see what we could find, joining up with wildlife experts Miller Wilson and Kurt Jones, and fellow Tasmanian wilderness expert Rob Parsons. The itinerary for this trip is to spend 4 days out, starting our journey from Corinna on day 1, where we'd catch the Arcadia down the Pymon River to the rugged Pymon Heads, at which point we'll hike our way 13 kilometres overland to the headwaters of the Interview River. Once at the river, we'll camp out for the night, setting our trail cams and bait for any marsupial activity amongst the buttongrass hills surrounding the river. On day 2, we'll pack raft our way down the Interview River a further 10 kilometres, keeping an eye out for any caves, lairs or dens, until we reach the southernmost tip of the Sandy Cape and at the mercy of the wild Indian Ocean. And day 3 and 4, you're going to have to stick around to find out.
Kurt's got the lightest of everything.
You ready for this one, Miller? One hander.
Don't make it bend too low.
Oh, I couldn't lift it up myself, mate.
Past on the downriver aspect, you will see a stump on the downriver side of it. That stump is 600 millimetres.
Alright, the Acadia's just pulled us in at the heads. We're just about to grab our packs. We're going to load up into the little dinghy, the tender at the back. Got the old Pymon Heads down in the distance. Looking pretty rugged as usual.
Right, it's just tied to that little bit of black thingy what's it stuff.
Black thingy what's it stuff. Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely.
You describe
Nautical.
things like I do.
Oh, just wonk, wonk, wonk
there.
with the propeller.
There you go. I might get my gaiters on, eh? Snaky, I'm thinking. Unless it's better up here. Onto a beautiful view already. Overlooking the Pieman Heads. We're just on the northern side. Look at the size of those waves out there. With the cut grass. Track's pretty overgrown in spots. Getting a little bit hard to gauge where we should be. What we got here? Okay, so we've lost our track. It's so overgrown at the moment, at least for this section. We're just bashing our way through the barra, but we're hoping about 100 meters up ahead we can somehow relink back onto it. We've got our maps here showing it up ahead. We've broken out, not much of a track. Fairly monotonous work through this section. We've got about 12 k's up to the river. We're not sure whether we'll spend the night at the river itself when we get there, or whether we might pull up a little bit earlier and just try seeing what we might be able to find out on these button grass plains. These are really good grounds for the old tiger back in the day. Lots of game trails. You'd see wallabies, wombats, devils. They all travel through this sort of country. What's the impression, boys? How we feeling?
Oh, don't ask me. You don't want to know the truth.
Having fun or what?
I'm just holding on.
I'm stoked walking through this area because it's a place where thylacines could still live. Like, this was their ideal hunting ground. They say that one of the biggest arguments to why they don't exist anymore is that humans have taken over that hunting ground. But I mean, looking at this.
Oh, Wally.
Oh, bulldozer, mate.
He's in a hurry. Wally. Hoping for water soon. Got Ford Creek in the distance, about 500 meters. I'm going to top up the water because we're all pretty dry. There hasn't been as much water as expected. It's been such a dry summer. All the little creeks that have generally got a bit of water flow in them have got nothing at the moment. So dry. Hoping the creek's just up in this tree line here. Please be water. So there's no flow in the creek,
I don't know if I trust that life straw.
but with the life straw it's enough to,
It looks pretty old school.
that's what they're designed for.
You're meant to replace them every like
Yeah,
3 months.
this one's only 6 years old, mate.
It looks like.
Come
Are
on.
you actually meant to replace them every 6
Yeah,
months?
they don't last forever. Considering there's absolutely no flow in this, I can't imagine how much animal piss and like. Shut up.
It's just what we want to be
All the good
hearing.
vitamins that we need. Hey boys,
Water will be good when we get to that bloody river.
I reckon.
Found some shade.
Beautiful little grove of old gums. We'd travelled about 11 kilometres by this point, and we'd done it with very little water. We were all exhausted and looking forward to landing on the river and setting up camp. On our last hill here before we drop down into the Interview River. It's got a little bit thick towards the end here, and it's got this little ridge here, and hopefully we've got a beautiful river there with some fresh water and somewhere to camp up for the night. Heck yeah. We're struggling to find ourselves some decent ground to camp on. It's all button grass, and then the river itself is not suitable either. We're just scouting about looking for something that might work. Just got somewhere here. This button grass is very young and it might do the trick, so I'll tell the boys. Should have a little one-way valve that stops it, but it tends to not always work.
Two-way valve.
A two-way valve. Miller's got his little cocoon.
Yeah, it's good. It's cooling off, but I'm questioning if I should go down for a swim in the creek.
Clean up a bit, yeah.
After a big day of hiking.
This Kurt guy's an absolute weapon. He's carried in a seat.
He carried me out, actually. Yeah.
Bloody Miller.
It was
Look
worth
the
the 10 asthma attacks on the way here.
Yeah.
It really was.
It's like dog shit, mate.
Mate, where's those mince patties that you always burn every time you bring them?
Nah.
You always forget to
I don't do them anymore. Steak seems to work a little
Well, a little
bit better.
birdie told me that Levi is actually going to surprise us with a steak each.
Ah,
How good would that be?
mate.
Seen this man do a lot of crazy shit out in the wild, but this is the first time I've ever seen him do something commendable. Damn good.
Half a kilo I had to carry for this.
Wow.
Nah, it's 300, but it's going to feel like half a kilo when I eat it.
Looks like up.
A good mate would carry us all one in each, wouldn't I?
So that we got a knife, don't we?
No, I don't think I brought a knife. There's a pack of wolves sitting around me right now. We've all got 2 trail cams each, and I'm going to use this old prospector's trick that I read about recently. If these expeditions want to see if there are any tigers about, let them try the old prospector's trick. When he's running short of meat, set a hurricane lamp or a candle in the middle of a plain and get back about 3 chains from it. All of the wild animals will come creeping in slowly, but if there's a hyena about, he will be the first to come. I can't use candles obviously because can't really be having fire overnight unattended, but I bought these little lights, LED lights, and they flicker and it's kind of going to represent a candle. I thought it'd be good to try things outside the square that probably no one's done in a very long time, maybe not even since that old prospector wrote into the newspaper to tell them. What brings you out to these neck of the woods?
I'm just going to catch a tiger tonight, so...
I heard someone was out here last week and they got one, so...
Ah, that's good.
Up there, I reckon. Last bit of light. Oh, this looks pretty good. I can use that tree there. Something like that. What do you reckon? It doesn't look very bright, but I've had them in the dark before, and they've actually got a bit of light to them. I had a steak for dinner, so we'll rub some of that juice all around this area. Try and get that scent, create a bit of a trail perhaps. The old timers said that they loved bacon. They'd come up for the scent of bacon around camp. Radio, full HD. Just going to set the video length. We might go 15 seconds. We'll go 20 seconds. And then shot lag. So this is like how long it waits before it starts the next recording. So we'll keep that low in case the thyla comes in or some other animals, devils perhaps. It's going to be away. Alright, so I like the look of this little spot here. It looks like that it's had a little bit of foot traffic running through these trees just over in here and come from out on the button grass into this little cove of trees. There's definitely been a bit going on underneath. Could be a wombat, old Wally might live up in there somewhere. Away she goes. Good luck with her. Just shoot that up in there, you just never know, they might get a different vantage point on it. Never been explored and the beast driven away from the inhabited country some time ago because of their depredations on sheep.
Daily.
When was that?
He was involved in the Thylacine expedition.
Yeah, this is all reports on all the expeditions from 1937 to present day. Boys are on the night vision.
What do you see? Finder 2000.
You're on duties, mate. You're on night watch. You stay out there.
It's like a picture.
Knock on the tent if you see anything.
And my stuff is...
See the candles twinkling away in the distance.
No. Is it? You're tripping, mate.
No, it's just moving away from us, I think. So it's like...
But you reckon it's going down lower?
Look how faded it's getting. Like, move the focus ring up there.
Alright, bacon's there. I don't know. There's a piece back here. I don't know if I left that there like that. Little tea light's still running, so that went all night. I'll take the whole thing down to camp and the boys can have a look too. Cam 2. Really mucking around. What's this one?
Spot sucks. Thanks for bringing us, Rob.
Cam 2, nothing again. Just me mucking around with it. I gotta admit, I was pretty disappointed that the cameras hadn't picked anything up, and that my new little insight onto using candles hadn't picked anything up either. But it was only our first night, there were still 2 nights left, and a lot of ground to cover. So no luck on the cams of mine and Rob's last night, but we've still got Miller's one down at the river that we can check. Hopefully the different change of scenery down there might bring at least something on, you know. Capture a wild Levi, Rob reckons.
Literally.
There's Levi, the wild Levi.
In his natural habitat. No, and then it was just me walking past.
Bugger.
Nah, nothing again.
Plenty of new ground to explore today. We'd be starting our journey today down the Interview River, a further 10 kilometres until we hit the coastline. It was pretty disappointing to see that the water level was so low. Sometimes when you do these trips, it's hard to know what sort of catchment you're going to get in these rivers and whether it'll be enough to do the trip. Another deep section, so we're just going to walk around this corner here. Let's reassess once we get back around there. Okay, I think we're just going to do it now. Bite the bullet, get these rafts up, and then start utilising some of this deeper water.
Make it to the coast.
Dragging has begun. This is what we came for. Spirits are pretty high. We've just got some good section of river here, cruising on down. We'll be looking for any little lairs or caves along this river system. Might be somewhere we set up camp, put the trail cams up. Boys are just back around the corner, still coming, but I've just come up to this huge basin of water. This is nothing like any of the rivers that I've worked for gold. Pretty cool experience.
It does look like a pepperberry.
I'm pretty sure it's pepperberry, yeah.
Maybe it is.
Is that leatherwood? Is there
They
a
grow.
are they a heap of leatherwood? Just touched into a little bit of rainforest. Rob was pointing out the pepperberry back there, and all of these ones are leatherwoods, just overhanging the river. They're like the dominant species in here, which is pretty rare to have all the leatherwood take over. And then you've got a mix of eucalyptus up the back.
Could find those tektites on these gravel bars.
Oh yeah, true. The little asteroids. Apparently Rob reckons there's tektites, little asteroid looking rocks that can be found on this river. Astrolites. Things just got really ugly. Bugger. This stuff's the worst. There's no base to it, so if you stand on a stick that's just small, you fall right through. And it goes for 100 meters or more.
Pretty shitty part of the river.
Great way to get impaled. One after the other. That choked up down at the river that we're going to walk across some of this button grass and cut some of the corners out. There's just too many log jams. Just hoping that this button grass doesn't put little pinpricks in the rafts. It's pretty sharp on the end. I was just sitting there and a big dragonfly landed.
Chosen one.
There you go.
Hey.
Bit of a World River vibe.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot through here. As we travelled our way downstream, we surprisingly hadn't seen much animal activity, but perhaps that was because of the hardships we'd faced as we'd navigated our way down this river. Well, we're calling it a day on this river. All choked up for, this is what we've put up with the whole way, like just log jam after log jam. And if it's not that, you know, it's rocks to be jumping over. So we're going to deflate our rafts now and we're going to exit up the hill. It's about 50 meters in elevation. Plateaus out on some button grass plains is what we're hoping up the top. And then we'll make our way down to the coast, all downhill from there. Up we go. Really hoping it's not too thick. Just admiring these brown tops. Big gum trees. It's got to be a good 80-90 meters tall. They're huge.
Haven't seen before, you know.
Yeah, it's like
Strange recipe.
like nothing I've been in before. Sort of a mix.
Nice, it's good walking.
Well, yeah, it's nice and open. It's like the rainforest just starting to come back again in this spot. Just slowly creeping its way up. We're just in awe of this forest. It's so different to most of what we've seen before. Giant ferns standing in amongst giant gum trees. And then it's like a few of the rainforest species are trying to make their way back. And without another fire, they may take over again. That thing is a weapon. I'm just saying that was the easiest transition from forest out onto button grass that we've ever had. See the ocean. Alright, about 4 k's of button grass now, down to the ocean in the background. But we're seeing good signs. It's been a lot more activity from animals through here. There's little tracks leading just about every direction. Bit of a situation. The old legs are just about had it, I think. He's sort of cramping up. He's not sure whether they're cramps or he's in a lot of pain though. They're not really working for him. He couldn't lift them at all with just then.
Shit. Oh, I'm literally crying.
Poor fella.
There's like 3 cameras.
3 cameras, all these bloody YouTubers. The drama unfolds.
Eat those magnesiums, mate. If you're suffering from cramps, they'll stop the cramps.
Not leaving you. You're gonna be fine.
We're only 1.5 k's from the beach as well. How good would it be crying at camp?
Not a bad spot to die, I guess. We love it, mate. We love it.
This is part of the trip, mate.
It's the most exciting thing that's happened all trip.
Yeah, we were running short on content, so.
We killed Kurt. So, mate, you are.
I'm just getting some photos.
Something to look back on.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking in the moment, but you look back on moments like this and laugh.
Been slogging it out with Kurt's pack. Feel pretty bad. We've brought him in here and it's been brutally hard. We've had to go through a fair bit more than we're expecting, and just having such low water in that river really slowed everything down. So not too far, we're actually dropping back into the river now, and I'm going to try that because he was having troubles lifting his legs over the button grass. Got a bit of a sketchy entrance here to the river.
Looks good.
Looking good. Water.
Yeah.
Lift your pack down to Rob and we'll do it that way.
Forward on me. Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
Do you wanna? Alright, we're still going. It's about 6:30 now. We've just been going back and forth, ping-ponging with the extra pack. So we take one forward a bit, then come back, get the other one. Looking a bit wild.
Got about another K.
Bullshit. This day just gets worse. We've still got 1 kilometre left, and now it's starting to get quite gorgy and big boulders. The main concern I have is that Kurt is going to struggle getting through this in his condition. I don't know what to say, eh? It's just been the biggest, hardest slog today and we've had no relief. I hate to think what he's going through because he's in a lot of pain. Not much of a river now, it's just turned all this granite boulders. Pretty specky country. Don't know why we brought these rafts, that's for sure. Got the bag dropped. If we can get these bags down to the coast, down at the beach, that'll be a win at least. And then we can come back and carry Kurt out if we have to. It's just a matter of whether we can get through and this river doesn't get too gnarly on us before dark. It is starting to get late, about 7 now. Hour and a half of daylight. Sun's trying to set on us. Bit of a race against time. Sunlight on the hill in the background. Surely that's the coast. Sure is beautiful. Wow. Wild but beautiful. See some sand dunes in the distance. Never been so happy to see sand in my life. That's crazy. I don't think I've seen too many places quite like that. Sand dunes meet the river. What? That's so cool. Amazing. What a weird place. Crazy place. Starting to see little animal tracks here everywhere. What? This is awesome. Insane. Got ourselves a devil. He's been walking along this sand dune. This should be the last bag grab. We can set up camp.
So is it nice camping down there?
I haven't reached that far, but yeah, we might.
This little sand.
We might even have to inflate the rafts for the last little stretch. It looks like it gets quite deep, but there was perfect little devil prints in the sand as I got down there. Yeah.
Devil prints.
Yeah. What a place. I've never seen anything like this, like sand dunes running into the river.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
Hear the ocean roaring. Hell yes. Look at the mad dog go. Put the pack back on. He's got mine on, hasn't he? Shit.
Is that yours?
That's mine.
That thing's about 60 kilos.
Yeah, carries all the goods. We made it. Oh, it's so good down there. Yeah. Well done, Miller.
Massive day.
That was a big day, yeah.
We've done big days, but today was a big day.
That was one of those.
It was up there, it was non-stop, all effort.
Yeah.
Definitely getting to the end there where the creek just kept going.
Oh, dude, I swear, if I didn't know
That was the longest K in my
K and a
life.
half, I would have thought, honestly, 10K.
Yeah.
Because that's what it felt like.
It did.
It was 2 hours non-stop. I mean, we backtracked a lot too, so.
You've done it. You've done it, mate. You're a bloody legend.
A recovering legend.
There was no stopping you. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Good work. So I've got to the coast, but now I've got to try and suss out somewhere to camp. It's all tidal here. Oh, the legs.
I'm so done.
So done. Where's somewhere to bloody camp?
Crazy.
Righto, so one last thing to do is get these trail cams set up before I set up the tent and have dinner. I'll get this done, and then, because we're camping up on top of the sand dunes right up there, so I'll go set these up and then I can finally rest for the day. So I'm just thinking here on this bedrock here, there's little devil prints here everywhere. There they are. Should do it. So windy tonight. We're struggling to We've all ended up in different spots. Miller and Kurt are up on the sand up there. Rob's in behind this sand dune here, and I'm going down in this little gully here. It's just, this place is brutal. It doesn't give up anything.
Motorhome.
Not a. God, I hope it don't rain tonight. Some of the wildest coastline I've seen. Just got to get that mattress up now, sleeping bag out, and I can finally go to bed. Bit of a wild night last night. She was windy all night long. Every now and again I get a face full of sand, just a little sprinkle really, but yeah, she kept blowing. I might go for a swim and clean up in a minute. I heard someone say they got a devil on camera.
Yeah, I got it on the little trail camera right near your camp.
Oh, the one here.
Yeah.
So he wasn't afraid of us.
Nah, there was just so many tracks down there. When we set up camp up here, I was like, oh, I've got to run back down and grab it.
Looked like the perfect spot, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go on and check the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a swim and freshen up.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't
yeah,
think
we'll
it's
check the
waking.
cams.
I gotta go grab some water.
Oh yeah. The waves are insane. Looks like there's plenty of fresh tracks. You can see a wallaby there. This one's actually pretty interesting. Huge big claw marks.
Oh.
A water rat.
Yeah.
That's different.
I reckon you might be in luck, eh?
Oh, I hope so. If I haven't got anything on there, then I'm thinking maybe the tea lights is not good for mine.
Yeah, I was walking down here last night. I was like, what is that? And
It's
there was
bright,
a bunch
isn't
of
it?
lights,
Lights
down there.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it didn't deter them from...
Well, mine was set up on that hill over there.
Yeah.
And there was a devil there, so
Yeah.
I reckon you might be
Should
in
be
luck,
in
mate.
business.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. Nah, so I've been skunked on that one. This trail cam didn't pick anything up. Oh yeah, we got a little devil. Oh, he's having a sniff. Oh, that's cool. Cheeky little devil. Something's activated it there, but I can't see anything in the shot. Not sure what that one is. There's a bit of sand blowing around. I'm not sure whether that'll be enough to set it off. Well, glad I got something. Starting to think I'd be the only one without one. No way. There's the little devil up on the dune. What's he up to? He's checking me out. Here he comes. I'm gonna go have a look at him. Coming down towards me. What's he doing? I don't know if he can see me. He's come for that bacon that I left, I reckon. You can smell it. This is insane. What is he doing? What? He spotted me. Oh, he spotted me. Look at him go. Little devil trail. little fella, he's just a young guy. There he goes. Just having breakfast here, look at that.
Yeah, they're definitely salty.
Yeah, you can taste the seawater in them.
They're good.
Good.
While exploring the sand dunes near the mouth of the Interview River, we came across another young devil, and it was great to see a healthy population of these guys. The extra life along the coastline was a good sign, and it would help with our investigation. Just collecting our water, and we're about to head off. Just about got everything packed up at camp. And we're going to head along the coast today, travelling maybe 2 to 3 kilometres until we find somewhere where there's fresh water that comes out. And as we go along, we're going to be looking for potential spots we might be able to do a bit of cray diving, collect some food for tonight, and maybe a bit of bait for the cameras as well with the cray meat. The old timers talked about how the cray was a good meat for the thylacine. They'd always come hunting around camp when they've been fishing. So yeah, looking forward to going along the coast, seeing what it's got, and yeah, hopefully we can find somewhere with some good water supply for tonight. We can camp up, and then we'll only have the leg out of here tomorrow back to the Pieman River. Just come to this beautiful looking beach, nice open bay, and it's got massive waves rolling in. Look at that.
Well, I thought it was wombat, but look.
Oh, they're huge.
It's got the thing at the back, like the tiger.
This one.
Yeah, come back here, stand back here, and you can see the tail bit on the footprint. Tigers did that.
That one's got 5 for sure. So in order for it to be a tiger, it needs to have, one of these prints should have 4, the other one should have 5. Yeah, so they're basically saying that this one here will have 5 at the back. Tiger. Back and front feet.
That's what that is. That's the back part.
Back.
That's what we're seeing in the sand.
Maybe the front's the one with 5. See that little dot there?
It looks like it, yeah. The back one has 4. The back one has 4, and that heel, and the front one has 5, if it's soft enough to imprint it. Mate.
Could it be? It's not a real defined footprint. It's the only problem.
I've never seen that footprint though,
but
with
it's
that back pad.
It's definitely different to a wombat, because as we walked further up, you could see a typical wombat one in the sand, and it was easy to identify because that's probably what we see the most. Wombats and wallabies, you see a lot of those prints. Let's see, that one there's 5 and it's in a funny shape. Yeah, look. So much life up through here in this freshwater creek.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, potentially. I envision them everywhere in Tassie, in places like this. That one's definitely different. It doesn't resemble a dog either, because it's too wide in the footprint.
I don't reckon that's wombat, personally. It's either wild dog or a thylacine.
I don't think it's a dog, because it's not the right shape for the dog.
And there's too many claws for a dog.
Exactly. It's either wombat or thyla.
Like,
Miller's the wildlife expert. I think we should be asking him.
yeah. How do you explain
It's a thyla.
that super long back?
Toes at the front.
5 at the front and 4 on the back.
Alright. And a little heel.
Fairly similar pattern and spread out to the foot of a wombat.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can actually tell the difference when you get a good print. It originally, but at the back, I'm not sure if the GoPro will pick it up. I think it does actually. You can see this heel part, which is going to make it different to a wombat again.
Yeah, there's no way that's wombat.
Come across this beautiful marsupial grazing area. We sat and had a rest, and we were debating for like an hour about whether we head back to Ford Creek where we saw those prints. It would leave 7Ks tomorrow, but we're just so intrigued to know what that was. But we've decided to keep pushing on. This was a poor choice for us because this was probably the most credible evidence we'd come across so far. Nice little run, trail into someone's home. Awesome coastline though. Of course it had to be dry. So we've got to this foam creek and there's nothing. It's just been so dry this year. It's so frustrating. We've decided to stay here. We're going to utilise the water that we've got. We're all going to stick together, get our tents up now while it's not raining too heavy.
The best campsite ever. Bloody view. Incredible.
Yeah, couldn't get much better, eh?
No.
Beautiful water here. Gonna go for a swim, see what we can find. There's not a lot of structure. There might be something up on that edge over there, or potentially if I can get out the back a bit further. The water was cold and a little murkier than I would have liked, but if I could find the right structure and habitat for the crayfish, we'd have ourselves some fresh dinner, as well as some good bait for those trail cams. I did manage to find some slightly deeper ground, which had all the right signs and good indicators of what I was looking for. Where were they? There had to be something hiding here. And then out of that deep blue, I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd found myself a large male crayfish, so I took one more deep breath and away I went. We got cray, boys! Woo! Yeah! He's a monster! Yeah, he's a ripper. It's a big male.
Yeah, he come from that side curve just because it's... Did you see many small ones, or you
Just that one. He's the only one I spotted. So it's pretty lucky. Yeah. But I was only in there a couple of minutes that time, and I was straight onto it.
You got it.
Wow, he's huge.
Thyla bait.
They're growing big down
Big
here.
male, yeah, well we can use all the shell and
Hold it up
everything.
there, Bill. Right up to your bait.
Blue skies again now, rain's gone. You wouldn't know it was the same day. Beautiful cray. He's going to be a nice dinner and a bit of bait for the Thylas tonight on the cams.
They're gonna have a smorgasbord.
It's going to be unreal. Everything's designed to spike you from the front trying to attack him, you see. Because if he's in a crack like that and all he's got exposed to you.
Yeah. Good defense mechanism.
I remember when I first started hunting them, I'd have really thin gloves and I'd go in hard and I'd hit them in there and spots that.
So when you go for them,
When I go for him, so he was tucked in a crack, like sort of looking up like that.
Yeah,
the rock ledge came up like this and down like that. And so I always try and aim as far back. I never go to the front anymore.
yeah, pretty scary.
And so it's just like that.
Yeah, right. And they're pretty quick.
And they're super
So do
super
they,
fast.
Do they
yeah.
back into the crevices?
Yeah, they go.
Yeah.
Yep. Really
Yeah.
quick.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're like prehistoric looking, eh? Wow.
Incredible creature. The old crayfish.
In the exact same place that you said they'd probably be as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's broken.
This wind's been so strong, it's just snapped the pegs on my tent. What's happened?
Levi? What can you see?
What can we see in here? Oh,
Flat pack.
oh no, she's back.
There we go.
I thought that might have been the case.
Yeah, no, she just flipped down. Pretty good.
So sweet.
Yeah, sweet in the legs. Thanks, boys. Yum. Oh, Miller's just unlocked a beautiful piece of cray leg. It was a welcomed fresh meal after eating the freeze-drieds for the past couple of days, and we now have ourselves some bait for those trail cams.
Sure beats the freeze dries anyway.
Oversized prawn crackers.
It's actually not bad, it's just very charcoaly.
He's a different breed, this curve.
Crazy. Does it work that way?
I think the walk.
Got our trail cams in this bag, some cray meat and a couple of water bottles. We're going to push 1 kilometre up the coast, and there's one more creek that we're hoping might have some water. We'll set up the trail cam somewhere around there, but if there's no water, we're just going to have to do it tough. We're all running on about that much each. Beautiful evening, apart from all that wind.
No water.
No. It was another dry creek, and this would prove to be quite the problem for us. thirsty. Hey mate, you're as thirsty as we are, I reckon. I'm just wondering if this guy's been looking for water for a while too. If you think that we've come maybe 7 or 8 k's without any water. So I've decided I'm going to head back to fill everybody's water. I'm going to go for a bit of a night walk. It'll be dark by the time I get back, but at least we'll all have water for the trek out tomorrow. And I got pretty thirsty doing the dive a bit earlier, so I think we're going to need it. Alright, wish me luck, boys. The boys are keen for some water too, I think.
We get coffee in the morning. Yes. And we're not going to die.
We're not going to die out here. Sun setting. Away we go. Can't live without water. I think all the wind, the swimming and the hiking's just been too much. Gotten dark on me. Oh, so good. All done, boys. I'll see you back at camp in about 1 hour.
I was about to send out the cavalry.
What are you worried about?
Well, I saw that your phone wasn't like fully charged when you left, and I thought if your battery pack failed, you've got no light. Absolute lord. That's so good.
It was a nice walk, actually. Yeah.
It's not nice to sit here and like you be past like the time you were meant to be back and think like what's going on, like you've got no contact.
Nah, I thought about 10 would be reasonable.
Yeah, well you're 15 minutes late, mate. That's enough to have us boys biting our nut. Whoa! Wow.
Finally back in our jump into bed. Finally get some rest. Ooh. Tootsies. It's been just the most insane night. The wind has been howling all night long, and we were kind of hoping it would die off after the rain passed, but the rain came back and it's absolutely been pouring as well. So it's been a rough night trying to sleep, but hopefully we get through it.
We've seen it all on this trip, eh? It's
Bit
been
of-
real hot, real cold some nights, rainy, but it's good.
Good old taste of the Tassie.
Yeah, that's it.
It's been a pretty challenging trip all up. Probably more struggles than what we're expecting, but it's certainly made for an adventure. Like the challenges, the highs and the lows. Yeah, pretty nice afternoon last night.
Yeah, but even that was still so wild. It was like
still
we were out
windy.
in Antarctica or
Look
something.
at that, that's been bent.
Really?
Yeah, that's supposed to be straight.
Wow.
The old wind's bent my poles.
I feel like last night wasn't ideal for animals.
Yeah.
Did rain hit the lens on any shots or anything? Like, could you see the rain affecting it?
It was alright until earlier in the morning, and then I think the wind knocked it over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so.
Too wild a night.
Yeah.
There's 2 last trail cams. Rob's got 2 as well, so 4 in total. Hopefully there's something down that end of the field. We're thinking that the animals in this area probably cleared out because of the lack of water supply. Miller didn't end up with anything on his 2 cameras, so that was a bit disappointing. His were just down around this bay here.
Yeah.
Miller's gonna stay out here a couple more months.
I say we backtrack the track we just went on.
Yeah, real men would do it. Let's go.
I'm not a real man then.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, nothing.
Tiger. Where's the stripes though? What is that? Looked like a tiger just sitting there as a still frame until I pressed play. Couldn't make it out. Oh, it came into the scene and then it left. It had eyes over here in the corner.
Did it?
Yeah.
Can I have a look at it?
Hang on. Come down here. Ready? I'll play
Yep.
that one again. That might jump, didn't it? Did it jump? Be able to tell on the computer, I reckon. Get it bigger, lighten it up a bit. Set of eyes there, and they just look at the night vision and off they go.
That's cool footage.
Yeah. He's a bit unsure, isn't he? Man, he's fat. Look how fat that thing is.
Yeah, he's well fed. Really cool clip.
That's me. two left, one more of Rob's and one more of mine. Hopefully there's something else. What? I thought a devil must have got it, but yours is gone too. Someone's come here.
Reckon?
They would have to have. That's so weird.
What the hell?
Yeah, because mine was there and I sat that rock against it. I had mine sitting just here with the rocks against it. And it's gone. Just having a quick look about, but I think they're gone. Just like that, we're back again after 4 days of pretty much every terrain imaginable.
Mate,
Done it, Kurt.
so good. With this smile, you would never have thought that I'd have been bawling my eyes out in pain in the middle of a field the other day. It's pretty crazy, but what a mission.
Well done, boys.
So good. No, mate, there was only 3 or 4 cameras in my face. No, it's all character development.
That's right.
And,
Did well, mate.
You've got to do these things.
Mhm.
Now I have big ass muscles in my legs.
We'll
And
get back at it again in about a week's
mate,
time, won't we?
bloody oath. What do you reckon, Miller?
Ready to hit the Jane, fellas.
The Jane River mission.
Don't tempt me.
Jane 4's actually due pretty soon, so be sure to check out Miller and Rob's version of this expedition on their channels as well. You can find the links in the description below. Miller's been holding off all 4 days. Brings the goods out.
Save the best to last.
Best for last. The best for last. During our time out on the west coast, the discussion was raised. What would we do if we found a tiger out there? Would we tell the world and put it all over the internet? What if, when I'd returned to the creek for water that night, I'd seen something? What would I do then?